Hello, welcome back to Auto Pop Culture. I know it's been a long time. It's been a week. I actually have been on vacation, so I'm finally back. And while I was going on vacation, there was a shit ton of songs and albums that came out. So it's gonna be a shit ton of videos that are gonna come out in this week. There are way more songs videos I usually do within a week. So just be prepared for that. But anyway, so today we're doing we're doing a album today that came out by Goldfields, which is, I have talked about them since the beginning of this channel. They're one of my favorite bands. They're so great. They have a sound that not a lot of people do have, and they keep on doing that. They keep on adding more, adding more sounds to their catalog, you know. It's very good. Like, I love their sound. I love their Black Sun album, was really good, and now they have this new album with Dalawa, which is Filipino language for two, which is, I'm sure, what they meant about, this is their second album, so Dalawa. So I'm very excited for this album because the thing they released, they haven't done music in 3+ years, and it was just been dying for them. They're finally here. They finally have an album, and I'm gonna go through a whole thing. It's nine tracks, so it's not really that much out songs, but it's completely worth it. So I'm gonna go through each song and everything and talk about them as much details as I possibly can. So we're going to start off with the first one. So the first one is Solar. Solar is actually was introduced as earlier by the Glow EP that they released, the very first song, EP they released since the last one, which is, I think the last song they did was Make Me Feel, was a last EP or single they did before they actually started doing working on their new album. So this one, Solar, is also on that EP. I really love this one because it has the favorite part of the whole thing that I love is the plucking of the guitar. It has that kind of sound like that, but then the bass comes in with the kind of sound like it. I don't know, they both sound completely different, but when you combine them together, it's just it's a perfect sound. I also like the fact that it also had that his vocals add to it, so that vocals bounce with the pluck of the guitar. I really love it. I love that sound. It actually reminds me of you're kind of coming in, the sun is actually being revealed to itself after an eclipse kind of thing. It reminds me of that. I have a very, I feel like a lot of the songs are very visual in my head. When I see them, I think of those type of visual images. It still gives you that sound that it had before, that weird, light tribal, jungly sound that you heard in the, in Black Sun, but with obviously a different twist to it, a much more elevated twist to it. Number 2 is Dreams. Dreams is the first song that we have not heard of yet that's on the album. It's very, very Black Sun. Very, very Black Sun. And I'm so glad that they kept a portion of the sound that they had before. I really like this one. I honestly feel like it could have been on Black Sun. It's an extra track that was on a B-side or something like that, and it also it's not a B-side song, but it feels like an extra, if they did it a Black Sun deluxe version, and this will definitely be on it. I love the more you go into the song, the more instruments, the more production kind of grows with it. It's really, really cool. Number 3 is Waves, which is the first upbeat sad song. It's so good. It honestly reminds me of waves actually being crashed into each other with that type of dynamic of production. It's 4 minutes and 3 seconds long, or 13 seconds long. 13 seconds long, but it goes very fast. The whole production sounds the same throughout the whole thing, but it just it's the best thing about it is that it stays at a certain level and it's really good. And by the time you're like, oh, I love this song, it's like done. And I was like, oh, gotta listen to it again, you know. Number 4 is a single that came after the Glow EP, which is Cocoon, their last single before they released the whole album. This one's way more mainstream sound. Apparently, it's about a post-apocalypse sound, like, story about this guy. Just pretty much, he survived the apocalypse, but now he survived and he has all these tactics to kind of rebuild himself, like, but he's still in that cocoon side, like, part when he's trying to figure out what he's rebuilding, who he's gonna be, what's gonna happen now that everything is, like, destroyed itself, you know. So it's just like, was a part was like, can I be reborn? And it's just like, it's really interesting. It's a very interesting, the bass is very catchy with it. It's the first time you start introducing into the album, when they introduced that weird, I like to call it a Tron sound, like, it's a kind of sound, like, it's, that isn't how it directly sounds. You have to listen to it to actually know what it actually sounds like. But it's really, really, really good. I love this song. Number 5 is Tetris. Tetris does not have any vocals except for, like, lines. So there's a part where he's like, come here, I want to tell you, there's some things I want to tell you, and it's like, lay with me, and then it pretty much goes on, and it gets, for me personally, I love Mark Fuller. I think that I personally think he's pretty cute, and so hearing his voice say these kind of things, and it comes off very sexy while the instrumental kind of drifts with you throughout the thing, makes you feel like you're laying on sand at a beach, you know. I don't know why, but it reminds me of that, like an overcast kind of thing. It's very sexy to me. I like that for that purpose. Number 6, which is one of my favorite songs. I listened to this throughout, the whole thing throughout, is Glow. It's 8 minutes and 4 seconds. It's a long song. But you do not feel it. You don't feel it that way. Like, if you just listen to the background, like, have it in the background, or just kind of just drift with it, it's a really, really good song. The whole purpose of the whole song is meant to listen to the whole thing. The radio edit is good. I would definitely play it during a party, because I know that a lot of people don't have their attention span is very short, but it's meant to be a full version. You have to listen to the full version because it's that good. It just, the bass, the doom 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 doom, like, it's amazing. And then the vocals is really good. You still get that, like, vocals that you get from the Black Sun, and you hear Mark way more now. There's a part of it that breaks down. There's a breakdown in the middle of it that's like a voice sample, which is, I can't find the lyrics anywhere. You don't really find the lyrics anywhere in this. A lot of their songs, for some reason, their lyrics is not available in a lot of places, so I cannot find them. But in my head, it says, "Forget to be afraid, begin to be on fire." When it goes, reunite, part right there, I love that part, because his voice, but, forget to be afraid, begin to be on fire, which is, I personally took it as, like, you're afraid to do something, forget that, like, now, like, ignite, like, become you, like, do what you need to do, like, to become the best of who you are. But yeah, that's why I got out of it. And then which is why I listen to the whole thing, is that the last part of it is an electronic, like a techno ending, like kind of thing. It just, it's great. The whole thing is worth it. It's worth it. Number 7 is Let This Go. Let This Go is good. It's one of my least favorite ones. It's good. It's just that the coming after Glow with that long 8 minutes of just pure magic. It didn't really live up to that part. So I kind of gave it a meh, but I still will listen to it. Number 8 is one I'm still trying to figure out. I've been listening to it. I listened to it 3 times already. I'm still trying to figure out. I do love the production, but I'm still trying to figure out whether I like it or not. I can't find the lyrics. So it's one of those things I have to just imagine what he's saying, because he's saying a lot in it, but I can't hear it. And finally, number 9 is Waterfall. Waterfall, it's so good. It also was Glow and Waterfall were on the EP. It ended the EP and it also ends the album, and it's it's a really great song. And it also goes the I like to call the Tron sound, where it's like kind of thing, and it has that in the beginning, but then as a different Tron sound, or Tron. I'm calling it Tron sound, but once you hear it, you'll know exactly what I mean. You can kind of give it your own name to it, because it goes kind of sound like it's dreamy. Like if you're feeling some type of way, just like whoa, it's really good. I love the chime sound that it has inside of it, which actually reminds me a lot of the 2 songs off of Black Sun, which is Closest I Can Get and Anxiety. They both kind of collided together as a continuation, like a light continuation of each other. And I feel like this one kind of gives you a nod to that, like, end of the album. Remember, like, the last album, we kind of ended with that type of sound. And this is kind of like a nod to that ending. So I really think that this song doesn't have much instrument, like, it's more instrumental. This has, like, different samples into it. But it's really good. It's a really good song. It's another long song, but it's meant to be long. It's really good. I'll give this album a I give this album an 8 out of 10. I dock it down because of Let This Go and Ones. It just kind of I'm still trying to figure out if I like it or not, and so I dock it down for that. But other than that, the whole album is worth listening to. It's a really good album. I'm very excited to kind of get more into it and listen to it and find the lyrics some fucking where. But yeah, so leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought. If you like the album, does it meet your goal from kicking off from Black Sun? Does it meet your goal to being even better? You know, I personally think so. I think Black Sun is its own little genre. It's its own little thing. There's one sound that they're trying to give you, and now they're giving you a new sound, which is this one, and it's really great. So anyway, so that is the review for Dalawa by Goldfields. I hope everybody has a great a weekday. And I'll see you guys in the next video.